What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, I had to address a rumor that continuously flooded my DMs with questions whether it was true or not. And that's a mega showdown between undefeated, three division, five-time world champion, superstar boxer Gervonta Tank Davis, who is widely considered the face of the sport of boxing, if not one of the faces of the sport of boxing, with a record of 29 wins, no loss, no draw, 27 big wins by way of knockout. He is 28 years of age, 5'5" with a 67-inch arm reach. There has been a report and a rumor that has picked up a lot of momentum and a lot of traction and a lot of attention from the fans in the sport of boxing, and that's Gervonta Tank Davis making a ring return for the third time this year. Now, Gervonta Tank Davis, he fought January 7th, Washington, D.C., Capital One Arena, when he took on then undefeated WBA super featherweight world champion Hector Garcia. Okay? And he stopped Hector Garcia. He knocked Hector Garcia out. And in April 22nd, Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena, he took on defeated Mexican-American lightweight, junior welterweight, superstar title contender, King Ryan Garcia, and he dropped him in the second round, stopped him in the seventh round, and did major numbers. Now, the fight with Hector Garcia, it did a $5.2 million gate, the biggest gate at the Capital One Arena history. He did 1.2 to 1.4 million pay-per-view buys with Ryan Garcia, and it did a massive gate of over $22 million gate. So it did massive numbers. Gervonta Tank Davis is the cash cow, and he's highly sought out because of that. And so with that said, he's being linked to now another welterweight and former unified WBC, WBA welterweight world champion, superstar boxer, Keith "One-Time" Thurman, who has 30 wins, 1 loss, no draws, 22 big wins by way of knockout. He is 34 years of age, 5'8" with a 69-inch arm reach. And this picked up mega traction that Keith Thurman and Gervonta Tank Davis are going to face off at a catch weight of 145 pounds, December 9th, Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena, in a massive pay-per-view showdown. Now we know the Premier Boxing Champions had secured December 9th as a date, and it's a possible ring return for Gervonta Tank Davis, but there's other fights that can take place at that time as well. And this gained a lot of traction because longtime trainer, mentor, father figure, uncle figure, big brother figure, and trainer, Coach Calvin Ford, just hours before, stated on the Rise podcast that Gervonta Tank Davis was trying to secure a mega fight that was going to shake up the world. And so tons of speculation started to pour down, right? People started to ask me, who is it? Who do you think is going to be? And I truly don't know. I'm making my own speculations as to who I think is going to win the fight. Who he's going to fight. And could it be a third time? And listen to Coach Calvin saying it's going to shake up the world and shock the world. Well, I stated, maybe it's going to be Sean O'Malley, okay, who has one professional boxing match and has a knockout doing it. He's a UFC mixed martial arts superstar and a world champion. And he called out Tank Davis. And we know how those crossover mega showdowns sell, okay? We have Tyson Fury, who is the undefeated heavyweight champion, former unified heavyweight champion, the reigning WBC heavyweight champion, British superstar boxer, taking on UFC mixed martial artist, superstar, heavyweight world champion, Francis Ngannou, October 28th, crossover fight. This was all started by another mentor of Gervonta Tank Davis in recent time, and that's Gervonta Tank Davis that's Floyd Mayweather. Okay, legendary retired iconic Hall of Fame superstar, 5-division world champion, pound for pound king, pay-per-view king, the man known as Money, Floyd Mayweather. He did so against another UFC legend, Hall of Famer in the future, superstar, in Conor McGregor. And it's the second biggest fight in boxing history. So everybody's chasing that cow, okay? That cash, okay? It did massive numbers. It did 4.2 to 4.3 million pay-per-view buys. Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor. Massive numbers. And from that point on, many people have been chasing that dream. So when suitable, they want to get matched up. And Sean O'Malley is calling out Gervonta Tank Davis. That makes a lot of sense. In recent time, Gervonta Tank Davis and his team has expressed that he did have one fight at junior welterweight against former WBA regular champion, Mexican star boxer Mario Barrios, and he dropped him 3 times and stopped him in the 11th round. But he stated he wasn't even comfortable at 140. Okay. Now he did state that he do see himself topping out at 147 as his limit, and that gets people to speculate. And he has power. He's a southpaw. He could box. But they stated that they're 135 pounders for a reason, and they don't have plans to move out that division. They have plans to rule a lightweight 135-pound division. So this would be 10 pounds north and 5 pounds north of his fight with Mario Barrios, which he wasn't comfortable with. So this is pure speculation. This is purely fake news. And this is, just fans playing matchmaker, period. Now, I will say this. It would be interesting to see Gervonta Tank Davis versus Keith Thurman. And Gervonta Tank Davis could very well possibly beat Keith Thurman. Gervonta Tank Davis has a lot of power. He's very explosive, very fast, and puts combinations together beautiful. And Keith Thurman's biggest weakness is one of Gervonta Tank Davis' greatest strengths. Keith Thurman is weak with his punch resistance to the body. And Gervonta Tank Davis, one of his strengths is his body work. He just recently stopped Ryan Garcia with a left hook to where? The body, the kidney. And Ryan Garcia was unable to continue. We saw the very same Mario Barrios that fought Gervonta Tank Davis and got stopped in the 11th round, knocked out. By what? He got dropped by a body shot. He got dropped 3 times. That very same Mario Barrios, in his very next fight, jumped up 7 pounds from 140 to 147 and challenged Keith Thurman. And what did Mario Barrios do? He never hit the canvas. He didn't get knocked out. But he did hurt Keith Thurman badly numerous of times, to the point where Keith Thurman is on record saying that if he was more athletic and more explosive and quicker, that he might have dropped Keith Thurman and possibly even stopped Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman acknowledged this. We seen Keith Thurman hurt by Josito Lopez to the body and spit his mouthpiece out. He did the same against Mario Barrios. He did the same against Sean Porter. He did the same thing against Manny Pacquiao. He did the same thing against Luis Collazo. So we know that's a glaring weakness of Keith Thurman. And Gervonta Tank Davis, compact frame, his power, his explosiveness, southpaw stance. He's similar size to Manny Pacquiao, who dropped Keith Thurman in the fight and in the 10th round badly hurt Keith Thurman to the body. And that was a more active Keith Thurman than this version of Keith Thurman, who hasn't fought in over a year again. At least when he fought Manny Pacquiao, he had fought Josito Lopez in January, and then he fought Pacquiao in July. If he fights Gervonta Tank Davis, let's say they fought December 9th, the last time Keith Thurman fought was February 5th of 2022. So he's been out the rings for an extensive period of time. He's very inactive. And he's older. And his timing will be off. Now, we saw Gervonta Tank Davis struggle with pure boxers, movers, and skills that, are technical boxers. Barrios was giving him problems in the first 5 to 6 rounds. Hector Garcia was giving him problems the first 5 to 6 rounds. Leo Santa Cruz. Now, Keith Thurman is a masterclass boxer, and he definitely has power, and he's bigger than Gervonta Tank Davis. So it would be for a very, very interesting fight, no doubt. But nonetheless, it's not going to happen. It could happen in December, and that would be a big fight. And I would favor Gervonta Tank Davis to win that fight over Keith Thurman with a left hook to the liver. But nonetheless, it's not going to happen. So let's see who Gervonta Tank Davis' next opponent is while Keith Thurman is waiting on the shelf and should be choosing an opponent. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like your shitty videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.